Today's episode is brought to you by Raycon. Raycon is going to get you listening to some really good beats while you walk around the city or do whatever it is you do in your life. I don't know. Raycon's here to help make it easy for you. Also, today, we're brought to you by Factor. Factor's got meals that'll change your 2025. Let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Ghost and Crendor.
Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. Before our recording studio audience. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's up next Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning. Those are some good sound effects.
Thank you. I've been a sound effect master, if you will, for many years.
I wasn't really sure what they were, but I knew they were sound effects.
That's all you need.
I heard like a bang, I heard like a whistle, I heard like a yoo in there, but I didn't,
Yeah, I mean, I'm well known for if I'm playing a game and something happens, I go like, ah, oh, whoa.
Before we started this episode, you literally went achoo and then went, yoo! You like made a noise.
Yeah, when I sneeze, I don't hold anything back. I sneeze and go like, bah!
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate a powerful sneeze. I don't like sneezes that are like, I don't like that.
Yeah, and if you hold back, that's like, you can cause like blood vessels to burst and like crazy stuff, at least from what I heard. I don't know. I'm not holding back, so it doesn't matter.
I've always felt that if you had to sneeze and, the air is going to come out your top half, right? If you hold it in, it's going to come out the bottom. Yep. A silent sneeze is a big fart, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
That's how it works. It's all connected in there somehow.
Yeah, it's science.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I just let it all out. I lean into it too, like, blah, so I'm not like, because I remember one time I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to not sneeze too hard. And, my neck kind of hurts. And I went like, and I like hurt my neck more. And I was like, I should have just went into it. You just got to fully go into that sneeze.
You got to have the full buy-in. You can't be ashamed of the fact that you got a tickle in your nose or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. What causes sneezes?
It's probably numerous things. I know one is just irritants in your sinuses, so your body's just trying to clear them out. You can tickle your nose into sneezing. There was one time that I kind of forgot how to sneeze.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I think my body just forgot how to sneeze.
Are you sure you ever remembered how? Because I've heard you sneeze many times, and I'm still not sure you mastered the achoo.
No, I have.
Okay.
Because when it was like years ago, but I remember I started getting anxious about sneezing because I would, every time, you got that sneeze feeling coming on, like you're like, it would be like, and then it would just go away. And I'd be like, okay. And it just kept happening.
Did you audibly go, oh?
I may or may not have. I think my brain might be creating that. But
so what you're telling me is there's many, hold on. You're telling me there's many times in your life where, I don't know, we're sitting around at dinner, you're sitting there eating, and then you just go, oh, and then nothing happens and you go back to eating?
No. But I think I'm also trying to emphasize what's going on in my body at this point.
Right.
So like,
all right.
You got that sneeze feeling coming on, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to sneeze. You're like, and then nothing. And so what I did to kind of retrain myself to sneeze was I had like some toilet paper and I rolled it up really thin into like a little like stick thing. And I stuck that up my nose and tickled it up there. And then, boom, sneezing happened.
Are you sure you didn't put it up too far and there was some brain damage that happened?
Maybe. But it worked. Got me sneezing again. I mean, it wasn't any worse than when they do the COVID swaps up there.
That's true.
That's how it felt. That was my weird sneeze arc of my life.
Well, it's a fine way to start a podcast, that's for sure.
Yeah. How are you doing? I guess you got fires all around, so that's like, it's probably
I'm
not
getting
good.
smoked out, not in a good way, dude. It is rough.
It's just nature smoking you out.
Yeah, I mean, it's the wrong plants to burn, that's for sure. I'm sure people can tell, my throat and nose are messed up, and it's because I'm allergic to pollen and dust. And fires, big ones, produce a lot of both. And so it's all in the air. I'm a mess. I'm taking my allergy meds, but my nose has been nonstop running for days, and it's driving me crazy. I've run through so many tissues. I don't feel bad. It's just allergies. And so for the first day, I had that sinus thing where your head is throbbing because it feels like there's pressure. And so I had to deal with that. So I got a bunch of meds. I went to the doctor and was like, just hook me up, dude. And so I'm fine, except one, the meds make it so I don't have the sinus pressure, but my nose still like drips, which sucks. And two, it dries me out. So I'm going through water like crazy and my throat's still dry. Not a fan. Don't like it at all. But thankfully, that's the worst that is happening to me. I'm in a very nice pocket of, there is smoke to the east of me. There is smoke to the north of me. But right where I'm at, the sky is somehow magically clear. But we're still getting, for example, the other night I was driving home and I thought it was snowing. It was ash.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the hell? So yeah, because the fires that are east of us, all of that is blowing west out to the ocean and it's going right over me. So sometimes it's really high in the sky and I'm good. Sometimes it goes around us and sometimes it just drops ash right on us. And it's very apocalyptic, but in a very strange way, because I'm sure everyone's seen images of what's going on and the fires and the Palisades and sort of north of where I am. A great example if people are curious. I am the fires north of us are just at the border of the northern part of Santa Monica. And I am 3 cities down from Santa Monica. Again, LA's huge. It's made up of multiple cities. It isn't just LA. LA proper is a very small area. And so I'm safe. I'm not going to get, on fire or anything.
Right.
But it's visible. Like you can look out your window and see, a great example is from where my old apartment was. If you go there, you can look out the window and see the billowing smoke in the red hue in the background. It's wild. It's very weird looking. But then, at the same time, while it's very obvious tragedy happening with an uncontained fire, dudes just going about their life. I saw people getting a fight over a parking space the other day, and I was like, really? People, at my new apartment, there's a restaurant kind of across the street, and every night, completely packed, people just sitting there eating their Chinese food, and I'm like, it's a weird vibe, but it is because the city's so big.
Yeah, it's that happens a lot, I think, where people consider some places like, I guess, smaller than they are, but sometimes they're just being polite or nice, and they're just like, hey, hope this person's all right, or like, I saw this thing happen over here, and I'm like, there's something that happened there. Like, I saw something happen in Chicago. I was like, dude, there's like a billion people here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. That's like when 9/11 happened, I got calls from friends that were like, dude, you all right? And I'm like, I'm on the other side of the state. But thank you for calling. I appreciate it. I'm not going to hate you for it, but you don't have to worry. I'm fine. But it's interesting because I'm a big fan of those videos on YouTube where it's like, British guy reacts to the size of the United States, because it's such a pure, honest reaction of living in a place that is significantly smaller than something else and being like, wait a minute, that place is huge, which is why I think it's hilarious. And people are like, it takes so long to get there. It's an hour drive. And I'm like, brother, an hour wouldn't even get me across this city.
They are asking, so it is play. It's not just like, why'd you ask, you dumbass?
I would never, I'm this goes back to the Jesse Cox theory of orgies. I'm just happy they're thinking of me.
Yep.
That's it.
I like how now when you bring that up, I know what that is. And I feel like that's just, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? It is what it is. It's a unifying theory. Everyone gets it. I firmly believe most people would be flattered to be invited to an orgy and they wouldn't go. But they just want to be thought of.
It's true.
Yeah.
I
that's not my scene, but I'd like that you thought of me. Thank you.
Yeah. They looked at you and they're like, this person's attractive. They're banging, right? Like, let's bring them in.
Are not just one person, but multiple people who would love to have sex with that person in one night. And honestly, that's flattering.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I remember last year, I think it was like June of last year, or maybe 2 years ago at this point, or year and a half, whatever. We had the Canadian fires like blowing smoke over to us, and that was like, that was like so bad. Like you would just go outside and it just smelled like weird wood and like cookies or something. Like it was like, I don't know, I can't even explain it.
That is 100% the vibe. Yes, completely. You have basically lived through what I am experiencing right now.
Yeah, it's terrible. I remember they were like, do not go outside. Like they were canceling sporting events and stuff. And there was like people just walking around. They're just like, yeah, you know, they're like, they got their kids out there. I was like, I don't think you should be doing that. But, you know, who am I to judge, I guess. They're just going to keep going. It's like, oh my God, today I saw this lady on a bike path just riding her bike. Mind you, there's like snow and ice everywhere, and it's like it was like 27 degrees. She's just riding her bike. I was like, listen, nothing's stopping her.
That is some I live in the colder parts of the country attitude.
Because I mean, listen, I wear my athleisure hoodies because I go to the gym, and people always get. I remember one time I wore short sleeve athleisure hoodie thing. And I ran into the gym, and someone's like, you're wearing short sleeves? It's like 2 degrees outside. And I was like, listen, I'm running from the parking lot to here. I'm not going on like a mile-long journey. And he was like, nah, fair enough.
That's how you get your cold, though, dude. That's it. You step out, you get shocked, and your body's like, oh, and then they get you. I think that's how science works.
What? It's actually been proven that's not how it works.
My dad, when I was a kid, told me if I didn't put a coat on, I catch a cold when I go outside.
Here you go. Mayo Clinic. 2024, January 16th. Can cold weather cause a cold? When your parents told you to put on a coat before you go outside or you'll catch a cold, there's a small kernel of truth. If you're a little bit colder outside, your body's immunity system may drop a little bit because it's spending extra effort to keep you warm. That's not with everybody, but in some cases, it may predispose you to a cold because your immune system is weaker in that scenario. However, when it's cold outside, typically people gather around the fireplace or around home. Therefore, if people are sick, you're more likely to be in close proximity to someone who is sick. Therefore, more likely to make you sick. In most cases, for most healthy people, time rest chicken soup gets you healthier, blah, blah, blah. So pretty much you can't get sick unless there's an actual virus around.
Kernel of truth is where my dad operates, though. So, you know.
So it's more like, if you're around somebody that's sick and then you're like, let's open up these windows, get some 2-degree air in here, then all right, then maybe you're going to be more likely to get sick. But like, if you're just cold and then you warm up and there's no like viruses that are bad around you, then you're fine. Plus, it probably depends on how long you're cold for.
Do you ever have a friend or yourself, it could be you,
right, that
in the winter would turn the heat on because it was cold and, you know, lived in the Midwest or wherever, the Northeast, and I'm going to call out my friend Mike from high school.
Yep.
Dude would have the heat on. It'd be nice and toasty in his apartment, house, whatever. But then he'd be like, it's so hot in here. So he'd crack a window. In the middle of winter.
I do that in the car. I got the heat on. I'm like, all right, yeah, it's warm. And I'm like, dude, it's too hot. It's stuffy in here. And then I open the window and I'm like, all right, we're good. And I'm like, oh, now it's getting too hot. You just go back and forth.
That seems crazy. Just turn the heat off then.
You can just open the window. It's faster. And you get some fresh air in there.
I guess. That's that fresh winter air as you drive in a car down the road.
The weird part is usually when it snows, it's actually kind of warmer. And then when it's like sunny out, that's when it gets really cold. And there was like some science behind that. I don't know.
It's the snow, right? The white reflects the sunlight and black sucks it up.
Yeah. So when it snows, it often feels warmer because the conditions necessary for snow to form usually involve warmer air mass moving into a colder area.
Wow, I am so... This is that kernel of truth. I think I exist in the same place as my father.
Yep. I think you do.
I'm just making stuff up. Here's the thing. Before Google, y'all would have believed me. Y'all would have been like, Uncle Jesse said, and it would have stuck with you for 40 years, just like a brain in the butt of a dinosaur.
I think that's why every boomer and older person is like that. They're just like, well, I knew a guy named Jim Jam Johnson. He always used to say, when it gets cold outside, you're going to shit yourself. And I do every winter.
Every time, without fail.
So, yeah. I need to bring up something.
Okay.
So I heard Dodger got into competitive gaming. All right.
This is true. This has happened. Yeah, and I can't say I like it, but it's
and
true.
I said Dodger's in her competitive 2016 Crendor era. So I saw Sam and JP playing League of Legends.
Okay.
New season started. Gmart started playing. I was like, you know what? I can do my placements. Right? I was like, I haven't done my placements in a while, since the last season, like a year ago or something. And I was like, I'm going to do my placements and see how it goes.
You did? You said you're going to join them?
No. Well, I was going to play with Gmart, but then he already finished his, and I was like, all right, I'll just do mine, see where I am. And I went 0-5. And I realized that I think I'm just too old. I hit that point.
I was about to make the joke. Look at you now, old man. But I was like, no, that's insensitive. I don't want to do that. And you're like, dude, I think I'm just old. And I was like, well.
I genuinely think I'm too old. Because like back in the day, back in my 20s, spry, full of competitiveness. I mean, I'm still competitive.
That vim and vigor, I get it,
I could like pump out league games. I was just like, come on, all right, here we go. It's like, you would just grind it out, right? You're like, we got to rank up. And every game I played, I was like, I didn't do too well that game, but like I didn't die a lot, and like we just kind of got outplayed. That's fine. We'll go to the next one. The next one, I gank bot lane. I'm like, all right, here we go. We got bot lane 2-0. Then they proceed to go a combined 2-15. And they were just like, this is unbelievable. My AD carry sucks. And they're like, the support sucks. And we were just like, you're both bad. And I was just like, okay, that was just a fluky game. So then there was like 2 other games I like repressed into my memory. And then there was my final one where I was like, all right, this one's got to be good. I played Fiddlestick. All right, played the stick, bust them out. Me and bot lane, fantastic. Other lanes, jungler did mediocre. Mid lane went 1-9. Top lane went 1-10. And then they had a 15-2 guy on their team who just killed everybody. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm done. It hit that point. I was like, it's just so much of it's predetermined on your teammates. And if it's not predetermined on your teammates, you need to be good enough to be able to carry the entire team to victory, which then means that you should be in a much higher ranking than where you're at right now. And so I was like, listen, 2019, 2020, I got the plat. All right. I proved that I can get the plat. I'm good. This is me thinking back on my history of competitive league, and I was like, you know what, I made it. That was my prime, and now it's time for me to ride off into the sunset.
You really had your Jordan thought he could do it again moment, huh?
I did. This was
you were
me
like,
on the
you know
Wizards.
what? I'm not old. I can come back and do it. I'll do it for a different team. It's like, you know what? Probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, no, this was me on the Wizards. I straight up was just, and then the big part afterwards was like, I could feel my jaw like clenched, like I could feel my TMJ like tightening, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. Like once I feel physical symptoms of stress from playing, I was like, I can't do it. But I can play Marvel Rivals.
Well, you can play it now because it's just coming out of its like big beta phase. But you can play it now because it's in that same place that I think Overwatch was years and years ago, where we all kind of liked it and everyone was kind of on the same level and we were all having fun and no one was too up their own butt about it. And then it happened where everything became so damn serious when you played. And I have a feeling that might happen as Marvel starts to have, its big first season. But with that said, I get everyone who's like, I love playing right now. It's so much fun. I wish that I had the patience for any of it. But just like you playing League, that is me with every competitive multiplayer game now. I am so over it. I just can't be bothered. I know my teeth are like grinding. I get mad for unreasonable reasons, like driving in a car behind a slow person mad, where I'm like, I will kill you. Like, I don't know that person, but here I am furious at them. That's how I feel. I will shout at randos. I will be a complete asshole. I'm like, I don't need that.
Here's the thing. I still want to play. I don't have that, like, you know what? I hate it now. It's like, there's still that part of me, that Wizards Jordan, where I'm like, man, I wish I was better. I could carry. I'm just like, I still got it in me. But in Marvel Rivals, I mean, I would say at higher ranks, there are people like that. In fact, I have heard stories of people being like, oh yeah, I was playing ranked, and there's like people just like screaming at each other over things. Pretty much anytime you play a competitive game, people are going to get mad at each other. Because even when people are bad, they get mad at everybody. So, like, somebody might be, like, 0-4, and they're like, can anybody help me? How's the team going? It's like, dude, you're 0-4. Just stop being shitty, right? Like, you're always going to have somebody that's mad, no matter what.
I've always thought of competitive, I don't want to say commentary, but team speak being very similar to Hell's Kitchen. I don't know that Gordon Ramsay really means it when he calls you a donkey, but in the moment, it's what he wants to say to you.
Yeah.
And when he says, like, his pork chops are shit, you're shit, you get out of the kitchen, I feel like that's not how he is all the time, right? You see him off that show on any British show, and he's a nice guy. But the minute he's on that one show, he is a monster. And I feel like that's the same thing.
I think so. Yeah, it's just... I mean, that's how my Denny's was born.
Yeah, exactly.
When you think about it. Yeah, I busted out the Denny's one game. That's how you know it got serious. But, like, I used to be that person that would just get mad. And now I'm just like, yeah, I guess we're playing bad. Or I was like, sorry, yeah, I'm playing bad. But then it slowly builds up, where I think you get, like, frustrated after, like, numerous losses in a row and stuff, where I'm just like, come on, what are we doing? What's going on? And then I'm just like, I don't know, I'd rather just play something else. Maybe because, like, even Marvel Rivals, I'm like, I can play it competitively and, like, be like, yeah, but I don't care as much, I think.
Sure. You just need to find something that allows you to do what you do in Warhammer, which is create something goofy and let fate take over and enjoy the fact that you have no control.
Yes. Well, that
like,
is
you can prep and you can prep and you can have fun, but in reality, at the end of the day, it's up to die rolls, or it's up to, you know, all sorts of other little factors that make it fun. And yeah, you can be like upset that you lost, but at the end of the day, it isn't because, like, I just wasn't performing my best and I got to get better. I feel like that'd be better for you.
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, in fact, it's the opposite. I wish that when I played League of Legends, I was like, you know what? I just played badly. I got to get better. Like, whatever. Instead, it's like, I played okay, but my shitty ass top lane sucked ass and fed them, and then he went and killed everybody. So it was like out of my control.
But why were you paired with them?
I don't know. Because matchmaking system's probably there to make you mad and keep playing.
I mean, like, maybe you're the same skill level as them. They just had a bad day like you have sometimes.
Exactly. I don't want them on my team. Give me something. Give me the carry team.
That's why you need to play with friends who are, like, good. You need to have people who carry you. You need to learn how I do Final Fantasy 14, which is when I do hard content, I bring in ringers. I'm like, all right, people who have done this 800 times, tell me what to do. It's great.
Well, that's what I do with WoW. I always just bring in everybody, and I'm like, guys,
I've watched that.
Yeah, mounts, everything. I'm like, this event's happening. What do I do? And they're like, form the group. And I'm like, all right, yeah, just show me what we're doing. So I do that, but it's just specifically the competitive. I mean, League, it's its own thing because I've played it for like 20 years at this point or whatever. Like, I don't mind playing normal games with friends because it's like, whatever. You're also playing with friends or everything, but it's just that it's that competitive rank. But at the same time, I still love it. I think it's a problem. It is a drug.
I can tell. You're the man who said, I hated every bit of it, but I still wish I could play. I wish I was better.
Yeah.
That sounds like a drug.
I think it is. So yeah, but you know what? I got Warhammer, right? It's more chill. I can paint. I can still play the game. I play with friends. However, I did play a Warhammer game yesterday or 2 days ago. We played a 2v2. I played a list I made of Skaven called the Carriage and Over Rats. So the Carriage and Overlords are flying steampunk dwarves that fly around on their ships and shoot people. So I made my rat version, which is literally just rats that shoot people. And so my friend on the team, we did 2v2. He was Flesh Eater Courts, and then my other two friends were Iron Jaws, which are like the orcs, and Sylvaneth, which are like wood elves. And we just proceeded to like shoot them because they were like really slow. So I just like sat back and shot them, and they were just like, I don't even know what to do. Like we're just dead. And then they rolled badly, and we were like, yeah, that game kind of sucked. So we spent like 2 hours playing. It was just like, I had fun because I shot people with my rats. But I was like, we really should have just like switched the teams up to something like, where the two slow people are on the same team that just sit back and get shot by the rats. So even in that situation, you could have like wacky things happen. But it was also more fun because you're also just in real life hanging out with friends compared to online yelling at people.
Sure. And it's also, you're not in a tournament competitive play situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like if you weren't doing your match ranking, whatever the hell you were doing in League, if you were just playing for goofs, like doing ARAM, you'd probably have more fun.
Probably, but I also have no desire to play
it. Sure.
It's that competitive ranking dopamine urge, and it just drives me to be like, I just gotta play. Now, granted, I've made it a goal this year to play more variety because I've played so much Pokemon and WoW on stream. I was like, you know what? I want to get back to doing some variety. So I start my streams now with a variety game, and then I go into WoW or Pokemon.
Now, what are these variety games you're playing though?
So I played Tiny Glade.
Okay, love it. Very cute.
Yeah, that was a good game. Very chill. Actually lowered my blood pressure instead of the opposite.
I believe that. I think that's the point.
So that was nice. I like that game. I played Total Warhammer 3.
Love that. I did see you online playing that the other day. I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? I haven't played that in a while, and I like Warhammer. So I played as the Norse, and I played as the Troll Man. I think it's like Trog, whatever his name is.
So you were Chaos. Good for you.
Yeah, and so I just walk around and then kill everybody with my trolls, and then my trolls live, and then you just kind of keep doing that. So that was pretty fun.
You should try. Oh man, what is his name? There's a one of the lizard men. It's like a Sauron guy, and he's way in the bottom right of the map, and he's not allowed to control cities. All he does.
Is he a chameleon skink?
No, he's a Sauron guy. He's white, and you go around and you take over cities, and then when you take over the cities, it defaults to a different faction. So you just keep moving. So it's just you got to keep attacking, and that's how you win. It's fun, dude. I love that guy.
That is pretty cool. You mean Saurus guy? What's a Sauron?
Oh, Saurus. Sure, yeah, Saurus.
It's like Lord of the Rings. Like he's a
Sauron. Maybe he's a Croxigar. I can't remember. But he's white. He's a big white dude.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
He's fun. He's one of the few characters because I miss in Total Warhammer 2 when you played as Chaos, you literally couldn't take over anything. You just had to destroy. And I like that they have a character who does that now. Because Chaos in 3 is like, build a city. I'm like, boring. I want to murder.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. It's Saurus Warriors, Saurus. Or yeah, maybe it is a Croxigar. I don't know. Either way, yeah, I'd try them out. So yeah, then I played Rocket Rats. Rocket Rats.
What is Rocket Rats?
So it's a vampire survivor style game, but you're a rat in space. And you shoot a bunch of like moons and stars and planets that attack you. And honestly, it's pretty good. Big fan of Rocket Rats. If you just type it in, Rocket Rats game.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, it's only $6 on Steam. And it's great. I had a great, and the only reason I found it is there's that website that shows you Steam stuff that's doing really well. It's called Steam 250, and I was just like, I said, how do I find these like variety games to play? So I went to Steam 250, and it was like, here's the hidden gems, and then I looked at Risers on the hidden gems list, and Rocket Rats was like rising up the list. I'm like, you know what? That looks like a game I'd play. I'll play Rocket Rats, and you know what? They were right.
Amazing.
I love Rocket Rats. So that was good.
Have you thought about playing Balatro?
I've played Balatro.
Have you?
I literally have like 30 hours in Balatro.
On stream?
No.
Okay,
I
well
haven't played
that's
it
the
on
difference.
stream. I played it last year, almost a year ago when it came out, when I got sick with a cold, and then I just played it for like 15 hours, and then I was like, nice, and then I just played it casually some more throughout the year.
So you're looking for like indie games, indie sort of it'll take an hour to beat kind of games.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I like those. I mean, I'll play anything, but I like those because I can play them, and you can either like for Rocket Rats, I'm like, I played like a few rounds, and then I can swap to something else, or like I can build stuff and then swap to something else.
Sure.
I don't want to play a full blown like Skyrim game or something. I've been having fun with that. New year, new me. I'm just gonna try this game. It's apparently only 30 minutes, called Cat and Onion, and it's a cat and a squirrel.
And I assume the squirrel's name is Onion?
Yes. So I'll be checking that one out.
Love that.
Yeah. So it's pretty neat. I've been having fun doing those things, and so I don't know. That's kind of my thing. And then I want to just I'm trying to collaborate more this year because I feel like I haven't collaborated enough. That's why I said we should play Civ.
I'll play Civ. I'll complain the entire time, but I'll play.
Perfect. No, I already expected you to do that. So
yeah, I got hit up about Civ 7 as well, and trying to create like a big group of people playing. And everyone was like, you got to get Crendor in. I was like, that'll be the longest. We will make it to turn 4.
To be fair, all right, as long as I've played Civ recently, I've got, I'm pretty quick about my decisions.
You are but a mere factor in that. I'm talking when they were like, it'll be like 12 people playing. I'm like, it'll take forever.
Yeah,
we will not have an end to our story. We will not know what happens to our world.
I feel like 4 to 5 is probably the most you should have.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you do that, sign me up. I mean, I'll play anyway if we do 2-player Civ.
Yeah, I mean, that's Civ 7's what? February 11th, so we've got time.
It's a month away.
Yeah.
Exactly a month.
Yeah, no, I'm mentally preparing for tomorrow because tomorrow is Dynasty Warriors Origins, and I am so hype. While you're over there like, I'm trying to get better, and I want to be good, and I want to learn. Dynasty Warriors are like, here, kill 1,000 people. They will not fight you hard. I'm like, yes! I'm a god! Yeah, that's what I want. So I'm very excited for that.
Didn't you play how many Dynasty Wars are there?
There are many. There's also a Orochi Warrior. Like, there's plenty of Warriors games, right? The last one, though, sucked. The last Dynasty Warriors, they tried to make it open world, and it's hard to make an open world game with 1,000 people on a battlefield. They just fade out of existence.
Yeah.
It was not good. So the new one is basically you play as a brand new character who's sort of like the insert character, and you go through the story as that character, and you can equip whatever you want to them and put things on them. But also at the same time, you can control units in an army, and you have a companion who's, it could be anyone from Guan Yu to like, I don't know, Joe the plumber. Who knows? It could be anyone. And so I'm very curious about the whole thing. I have no idea what it's going to really be like, but I'll find out tomorrow.
Huh.
As long as it's not like the last one, I hope they returned to the old school style of every level is a map, and you do the objectives, and you burn buildings down, and you kill thousands of probably innocent Chinese dudes, and then Lubu comes out and murders you. And you're like, yeah, good experience.
Now, when I typed in Dynasty Warriors, one of the first thing that came up was just Dynasty Warriors 9. It's just a bunch of waifu women.
That sounds probably correct. 9 was not very good.
Okay. I was just curious because you're like, yeah, here's a battle game. Like, can you play as these women, or like, why are they all representing the game then?
Yeah. So Dynasty Warriors 9 and Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires it's not great. It's the open world one. It's for PlayStation 5. I know many people enjoyed it. I did not. The idea of go back to the base camp, run over to this base, and talk to this, like, I want it to be, here's a little scenario thing, you do it, cutscene. You load your character again, do the scenario, cutscene. You make your character cool, scenario, cutscene. And it just keeps, like, I want to play the map. And the problem with the open world is it was, like, it was too flat and too boring. And, you know, it was an open world with, there's no need for it to be.
It's one of those things where open world's fun if you actually enjoy exploring the world.
But there's nothing to explore. You're not exploring. You're
Yeah,
fighting
nothing.
battles. And it's like, well, this sucks. Give me a map for a battle and I'll be fine. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but yeah, 9 didn't do it for me.
Dude, there's Dynasty Warriors Advance. The Game Boy Advance.
Honestly, if I wanted you to play a Dynasty Warriors, it would be, oh man, I think it's like Orochi All-Stars or something like that. It's every character across all their universes, and one of the characters they include is a guy from a mobile game who is the cat version of Oda Nobunaga. And it's like one of the funniest things in the world because he has no abilities except he summons armies of cats to attack people. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I played that until my fingers hurt. It is hilarious. You would love it.
It reminds me of Monster Hunter where you get the cat helper, but...
Yes. Now imagine that. Imagine the Palicos, but it's them versus like humans and also it's... ridiculous.
Honestly, that sounds better. I'd rather fight against the humans than the monsters.
You are a little anime-ass cat, like a little fat cat with a mustache, and then little cat soldiers with spears and shit are just like, let's go! They like charge ahead.
That's isn't that, I think the new Monster Hunter game comes out in like a month too, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think we'll probably get some more information this week because I know there's a bunch of events coming up. I don't know. I have no clue.
My thing with Monster Hunter is that I love the world. I love exploring Monster Hunter. I love the graphics. I love the palicos and all that. And I'm just bad at the game. And I also just, I always just feel bad killing the monsters. I'm like, I'd rather just fight the human. Like the monsters seem cool. I'd want to like ride on the monster or like battle with the monster, you know?
I love Monster Hunter. I think it's very fun. I don't like, and you know this, all right, I beat the game. Now let's go grind a bunch to get cool gear.
Yeah. The
I
true
hate
game.
that.
The true
the real
game.
game is like we gotta kill a monster 80 times to get all the parts, and I'm like, nah, dude, I'm out.
That just becomes an RPG pretty much.
Yeah, and
Just
not
like
even
grind
like
it out.
just a full grind fest. Yeah, I'll do the story, I'll complete it, but yeah, I'm not gonna. A great example is I was playing Romancing Saga 2, and in that I hit a point where I realized this isn't a game that you can beat completely your first go through. When you beat it once, yeah, okay, great, you beat it, but there's a million other things to do that you just simply didn't do because it's all based on time periods. So a great example is you're the first emperor, you do a bunch of stuff, but then your emperor will die either through battle or age. And then a new emperor comes along and will be like 100 years later. And if you didn't complete some things are cut off to you. You just can't do them anymore. And so it's like, do it next time, dum-dum. And that's fine. And I'm here for that. I think it's very creative, but I'm not going to do it. Someone will, but it ain't going to be me. I beat the game, got the ending, and was like, cool. Okay. I do not need to know how that mermaid quest ended, but I just don't care enough.
Yeah. It's... For me, it kind of falls back to that Warhammer thing I had where I just want to play as the Skaven and fight the humans. Like, I want to play as the monsters. I always think the coolest stuff is the stuff you're fighting against. I'm like, let me play as that. That's all I want. That's why I love Warhammer games or like playing actual Warhammer because I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I went Horde in Warcraft originally.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
true.
I was like, my choice is elf, human, dwarf, or these badass looking dudes who kill elves, humans, and dwarves. I'm in. All right, let's do that.
Yeah. And so I feel like somebody needs to just like lean more into that. Because, like, I don't know, how cool would it be to have one of the Monster Hunter monsters? Like, you see all these monsters, and you, like, get one, you get to, like, train it up and fight with it, and you're just, like, battling just, like, villages, and you're like, yeah, take them out. Like, it's awesome. It's kind of, because you can do that in Total Warhammer, where you're just, like, got crazy Warhammer units, and you're just, like, Gorgon smash, and you're just like, holy shit, yeah, he's beating everybody up.
So what you're telling me is you want a game called Monster Hunter Hunter.
Yes. That would actually be amazing. Monster Hunter Hunter.
Yeah, and you're one of the many monsters, and you finally get your revenge, and then you can adorn your body or cave with their skulls.
Yes. Oh my god. That would be a better game than even like any other game we've thought up. I think that would sell numbers.
Monster Hunter Hunter. I'm with you on this. I think it would actually be a great DLC. They wouldn't have to put a lot of work in. They could take wilds and just throw a new coat of paint on it and be like, you're a monster now. Go hunt the hunters.
Like, somebody just try it. Somebody try something, please.
I think
It's
it could
like
be
I
fun.
said with the Skaven. Like, if you had Skaven versus the humans and stuff, people were like, oh, you could kind of do it. It's like, no, I want full blown. Like, pick what you want. I want warp fire cannons. You're just like, yes. And you're just like running around with your mutant rats and doom wheels and crazy shit. That's what I want.
Honestly, they should have done a oh my god, what are the names of those games? The 4-player Warhammer ones where you run around and you murder chaos units.
As I said, Vermintide.
Vermintide and Demontide, or what? Darktide.
Yeah, Darktide. Yeah.
They should flip that, and instead of it being 4, humans or whatever that you have to fight enemies with, it should be either the chaos units or the Skaven or whoever. And instead of equipping a new gun or a new armor or whatever, if you're a Skaven, you get weird ass things you can put on you. If you're chaos, you get a new tentacle, or you get like a horn, and the horn lets you charge and impale guys. Things like that. I think it would be so interesting and fun. Yeah, I'm with you on this. I think being a human is boring. I live as a human. It's boring.
Exactly. That's my point. Being a human sucks. I want to be a rat with crazy shit. You get like, and there's like so many different varieties. You got like pestilent. You get like the plague priest. You got like disease. You get all this crazy poison and stuff you can put on people. You go Clan Eshin and be a ninja rat. And be like, you're throwing stars. You could be Clan Molder. You got all the mutant rats. You're walking around. You got some big ass mutant rat just smashing shit and storm vermin, or storm fiend, whichever one. Like there's so many more cool things than just like, I'm a human with a polearm. I have used polearm attack. Like, cool.
Anyone who's like, but Jesse, Crendor, you can't be a sexy lady if you play as one of... Helldivers 2 is a perfect example of why that's not needed. You are not a sexy badass. You're a, throw myself at a bunch of robots until I explode and then keep doing it, which is pretty much what the, Skaven version of a Vermintide would be.
I like how your first thought was somebody going, but how do I play the waifu women?
Honestly, that's what I think a lot of people think about when they think of why do game creators make a lot of human-based games. It's so that you can put yourself in that character, and be it lady or fella, a lot of the time people just make the hot girl, right? And that sells games. Hot girls sell games. It's just what it is. You're playing Marvel Rivals right now, and all people on the internet are talking about are like, damn, that invisible woman. Fine. But I'm saying Helldivers is the perfect example of you uniting community around the idea of the goof of we're little tiny rat bastards and we're just everything is for the swarm and we're just coming to get y'all and crazy stuff like that. People would eat it up.
Yes.
Exactly. People would be like, rats, we are the rats, and that'd be hilarious.
I agree. So yeah, we need full rat game, full or chaos. You can throw some chaos in there, why not? And then full Monster Hunter Hunter. And
Monster Hunter that's a winner, dude.
It is. So yeah, that's that happened. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Oh yeah, we were walking at the mall, and some kid was walking by who was probably like 4 years old, and she like tossed her jacket into the air and it fell on the ground, and then she looked at us and went, "Oops."
I mean, kids be stupid like that though.
Yeah, it was just funny because she like literally just tossed it and then looked like, "Oops." It was like, you did that on purpose.
Now, was the kid with a parent at the time?
Yes, and the parent was walking ahead of them, as every good parent does, where they leave their kid behind them.
Right. You want your kid behind you so you don't have to look at them.
Yeah.
I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Good parenting. That was pretty much it. It was just a funny thing a kid did. And I don't know. I don't think I did too much other stuff this week. Trying to get it's like as people do spring cleaning, we try to do like winter cleaning. You gotta clean before the spring, I think.
I think the reason why it's spring cleaning is because you can finally open your windows and you know, back in the day they would push the dust out and whatnot.
That's true. But now you can, like, you know what? I think it's more like
right
winter
now,
organization.
I'm just saying you can clean anytime, really.
Yeah, you can. That's true. You can just you can organize a bit, then you can clean a bit. But yeah, you can like super clean in the spring or something, like get all the dust out of it. But like, listen, you can still open your window for like 15 minutes.
True.
Like whatever. It's like we say, you're not gonna get a cold unless there's viruses in your house.
Yeah, maybe the virus is already in the virus is in the house, and when you open the window, then you let the cold air gets in, and then you're done, dude.
How many viruses are in the air?
You don't want to know the answer. It's gonna scare you.
I think it's like a bajillion, isn't it?
It is a lot of viruses.
We had, let's see, we get how many? Okay, but how many viruses do you breathe in a day? Every day you breathe in over 100 million viruses.
Yep.
What the hell?
Told you. Don't look it up. It's gonna freak you out.
That's a lot of viruses.
Yeah. Your body's dude, those white little blood cells. We don't thank them enough. I've said this before. They're out there. The blood cells are just punching viruses in the face like, get out of here, bro. They're bouncers.
I like the white blood shells.
You're not allowed in here.
The white blood shells are just like on the beach. Like, ooh, another one. Pick it up. Very nice. This one looks like I was going to say seahorse. That doesn't even make sense. This seashell looks like a seahorse. That's how I'm doing.
All right, good. Well, you know how you could be doing a little bit better in 2025 because today we're brought to you by Factor. It's a new year. New you, right? And having met some of you at the live shows who are on the Factor train, I'm impressed by the new yous out there. Factor has chef-made, ready-to-eat in 2-minute meals. So you can fuel up and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor is fresh, fully prepared, with 40 options across 8 dietary preferences each week. It's easy to pick your meals to match your goals when you choose from keto, calorie smart, protein plus, and more. Plus, there are amazing side items like breakfasts, juices, and desserts. This week, they have a chimichurri chicken breast with pepper jack roasted potatoes and a vegetable medley. They also have loaded bacon and spinach shredded chicken with Brussels sprouts and ranch sour cream. That one's so good. Not to mention black pepper and sage pork chops that Gordon Ramsay won't yell at you about. Call you a donkey over. You can get started right now for yourself over at factormeals.com/Cox50 OFF, Cox50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. Look, the meal's great, but I love the sides and I can't stop talking about how much I love the sides. I love that you can just get the different juices. There was a horchata they had. Ooh, I love that. So if you want to get in on that, code COX50 OFF at factormeals.com/COX50OFF to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Also, today we're brought to you by Raycon. It's 2025. New year, new resolutions, and everyone's out to try and make their 2025 different from last year, and for better or worse, it will be. So maybe just keep it simple, y'all. Instead of saying, I'm going to go to the gym every day, maybe just start with, I'll hit the gym once and we'll take it from there. Or, I don't know, call your loved ones more. You could plan a trip, even if that trip is just walking to the end of the street to clear your head. All of these things are very doable and so much easier to do when you bring your Raycon everyday earbuds. Raycon's everyday earbuds are a great gym bro, phone call companion, or just, there to drown out the world. With 32 hours of battery life and multi-point connectivity, you can pair it to 2 devices at once with active noise cancellation to boot, plus half the price of other premium audio brands. Available in vibrant colors from red to purple to neon yellow, there is one for anyone out there. I've been getting a lot more walking in since my move, and they're the perfect companion, whether it's to go get groceries or coffee in the morning. Wherever I'm going, I got them in my pocket, and I can pull them out and just drown out the world a little bit. And even if a great 2025 isn't guaranteed, Raycon's return policy is. They offer a 30-day happiness guarantee, no questions asked. To get 15% off site-wide, head over to buyraycon.com/Cox. Use 15% off. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/Cox. Buyraycon.com/Cox. Let's head over to Chopper Comics the sky with Crendor. How's the traffic out there?
Let's see. Traffic's, it's not too bad. There's some cars on the road right now. There are some bears, could be Hank the Tank. They're walking down the road as well, so keep an eye out. There's also a monster going down the road on the old I-72. Watch out for that one. I think he's trying to hunt the hunters. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. By the way, today I was driving, trying to get to the office, and I was behind this car, and it was very clearly a Lyft driver who was bringing people, I think, maybe from the airport, and the back was filled with stuff. And it was, 3 or 4 people in the car plus the driver. And he's driving, I'm going to say, 1/3 the speed limit. And I'm stuck behind him trying to get to the office. And I'm just very patiently, very much like you playing video games, very patiently just like, all right, we're going the same direction. This is what it's going to be like. And the closer we get to my office, the slower he starts to go because it's very obvious he's trying to find the address. And so he's looking at his phone, talking to the people, and I'm slowly losing patience because he's not doing that thing where it's like, well, I'll pull over and let this guy pass. He's just in the middle of the road, driving slow, kind of weaving. And then it's like, oh, he's going to turn? Nope, he's decided not to turn. Oh, he's going to turn? Nope, not now. Dude, we got within, I'm going to say, 40 feet of the turn I needed to go into the parking area for the office. And he just stopped in the middle of the road. I slammed on that horn so hard. I was like, honk. He looks out the window head out the window at me. And I just stared at him. I was like, I don't even fight you. I'm not going to do anything. You are insane. Please just drive. So then he pulls over. I drive around him, go to pull in the parking lot. And he, I think, forgot he was with people because he pulls up right behind me and starts yelling at me as I'm driving into the parking area. I'm like, brother, you are on the job. Whatever.
He might have been my mid lane.
He might have. Dude, that went on for 15 minutes. I was stuck behind that guy. Like 5 minutes of that, fine. Maybe 10, a little pissed, but fine. It was the closer it was like he was purposely put there by the universe to make my day miserable. I was like, dude, just, if you don't know where you're going, pull off, figure out where you're going, and then go there. This dude was like, oh, yeah, nope, not going. Oh, nope, not going there. Like, that's dangerous. I was like, we're on a major road in this city. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and it's moments like that where I realize I should just use my horn more often. Like, it's there for a reason. It's there to alert
Yeah.
other drivers, and I'm going to alert you that I think you suck at driving.
Yeah, it's that did remind me though, because you said Lyft. It reminded me of Uber, and I remember last night I was streaming, and some guy came in and he was like, "Yo, Crendor, I used to watch your WoW machinimas. You're goated."
You are pretty
And-
goated.
Somebody said when you made WoW machinima, did people say goated? And I said no, but they did say like epic. They said any like ICANN has cheeseburger meme, or they said Uber, like Uber Elite, and that
Yes.
made me realize that Uber has gone from being like pretty much just like a word that was probably just barely used to being a word used online to being an actual thing for an app and company.
Yes, cool things consistently are ruined by companies. I cite meta as another one.
Yeah.
There was meta narrative, meta fiction, meta like properties, and then they came along and stole it. And now anytime anyone says meta, it's Zuckerberg, and I hate that.
Yeah. Companies
As a
do
fan
love ruining
of
stuff.
meta fiction and fourth wall breaking cool stuff, it angers me because anytime I'm like, dude, I love meta stuff, and they're like, Facebook? I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. Meta. It's like a dumbass name.
I mean, Google's company is called Alphabet. Like, you know.
That's all these companies are terrible at naming stuff.
Yes, very
Even
much.
just
I think,
Twitter becoming X. Like, all right.
honestly,
Did
I
you see,
think it's ego stuff because they're like, well, Alphabet will forever be our brand, and we will steal the alphabet. Or Elon's just like, I want to control everything that has X because X is cool.
Did you see he like was playing Path of Exile, but it was clear somebody like super boosted him?
I watched that entire video, dude. It is so obvious he boosted. It's
The thing that said Elon's maps, then he's just like, yes, I am playing hardcore on the hardest difficulty known, as he like passes up like perfect items for his build, and he like tries to do stuff that no like experienced
the item
player
level
would
was
do.
lower, dude. Like it wasn't. He needed higher item level.
He needed higher item level, yeah.
Yeah, no, that I mean, already I didn't believe when he was like, I'm one of the best Diablo players in the world. Don't believe
Yep.
that at all. Just absolutely don't. Like, my man, you don't spend enough time not in front of a camera to be a Diablo player, let alone be one of the best.
Yeah. And it's like a normal person would have just been like, hey guys, you know, I'm trying out Path of Exile, and like they're level 12. And they're like, I don't get much time to play. I'm doing stuff. And people would have been like, wow, that's, you know, pretty genuine. But like,
Yeah.
obviously, super billionaire's just like, yes, I'm very good, as somebody boosted my entire account.
The man just wants everyone to think he's Tony Stark, and it's like, my dude, Tony Stark is fake for a reason. Like, you're not that guy.
Yep. That's the traffic.
All right, let's go to weather.
Weather. We got 13 weather requests today, and we are going to hold it down, and we're going to land on...
Hold it down.
Hold it down. We've landed on weather requests for Caracat in New Brunswick, Canada. We have the Acadian Festival, Tintamare, on August 15th, where we make a lot of noise during the parade to signify that we are still here. All right. We've got New Brunswick, Canada. Caracat. 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 20 degrees Fahrenheit. 29.9 inches of pressure. 78% humidity. 10 miles of visibility. 8:05 a.m. sunrise. 4:51 p.m. sunset. Winds at 6 miles an hour. 21 on the dew point. UV index 0 and a moon phase of waxing gibbous. 10-day. We've got a 21 degree night followed by 26 degrees and cloudy on Monday. Tuesday 26 with snow showers. Wednesday 28 cloudy. Thursday 23 partly cloudy. Friday 23 partly cloudy. Saturday 30 with PM snow showers. Sunday 30 partly cloudy. And Monday 15 mostly cloudy.
Yeah, once again, very small town. Honestly, kind of prefer it.
Zoom in.
I don't want to live there, but I would visit.
Instantly see a Tim Hortons.
Well, I mean, obviously it's Canada. Timbo's is going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they
again,
got A&W
I stand by the
Canada.
fact that Tim Hortons kind of sucks. Oh, speaking of kind of sucks, Did you see that the same company that buys up all the different things and then tanks them and makes them terrible just bought Jersey Mike's?
Oh, no.
Yep. So I expect Jersey Mike's will suck in a few years, if not sooner. So that's super cool. Saw that the other day and was like, great. However, going back to Caracat, A&W Canada. I haven't been to an A&W root beer burger place in forever.
Yeah, I think the last time I went was like 20 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember seeing yes, when I lived in Ohio, which would have been 2010, 2009.
Yeah.
I see they have a Subway. Didn't my Canadian friends, didn't you guys used to have Subbies?
Subbies?
Or wasn't, man, there was another one too. You guys had something that wasn't Subway, and I feel like Subway probably killed them off.
Subbies?
They had a whole thing.
There's Mr. Sub.
Oh, Mr. Sub is what it was. Mr. Sub.
Subbies?
Subbies was a thing, though, dude. Subbies.
I don't think it is.
It was. It was Subbies, and then they had another one, too.
Huh.
They had there was another one that I can't remember what it was called. It was like, damn. It was, oh, man. It was, this would have been in the 90s, though. So I don't.
Right.
Or it would have been early 2000s when I lived in Buffalo, and we would go over to Toronto, and there was I don't remember what it was called. It was like, I don't know, some other sub name, like Old Hoagieville or something. I don't know what it was.
Right.
Something like that. But yeah, it's interesting because you can see there's one area of this town that's very much like, here's all the fast food places. And then you start to get a little bit outside, and then you're at like, question, how close are we to where are we at? New Brunswick. Okay. We got a lot of, we're I was about to say, there's a lot of Quebec? Is that what it? You know what? I'm gonna stop talking. My throat hurts. I'm gonna just shut up. You know what? Let's move on to sports. I can't. I'm not gonna try.
You would have did that even if your throat didn't. All right, that's weather.
Sports.
Welcome to sports. Yeah, this was NFL playoff day, and
yeah, it was.
Did not have fun. So the Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That happened all right.
Yeah, the Houston Texans beat the Chargers. The only thing that made that game fun was it was the Nickelodeon game, so I watched SpongeBob and Patrick commentate it. Fantastic. Buffalo crushed Denver. Philadelphia beat the Packers, and Packers were bad. They were injured. It was not good. I did read this on the post-game thread, though, on Reddit. I think it's worth reading on this show.
Okay.
Someone said, can't make this up. My neighbor's from Philly and is a diehard Eagles fan. I show up at 3:20 for the game. This dude is jumping like a madman talking about, we got the pack, we beat them. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, homie? Turns out he watched a replay of week 1 matchup and thought it was a live game. Stay out of the whiskey, people.
That's amazing. I don't even know how that's possible, but I think that's funny.
Dude was so blasted. He thought a week 1 replay was the actual game.
Bless his sweet soul. I mean, that guy, he was feeling real good there.
Yeah, he got to see two wins in one day. Look at that.
Yeah, if anything, he was right.
He was right. He could have been seeing the future.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders are currently up 7-3 on the Buccaneers, about to go into halftime as of recording this. And the Rams and the Vikings play tomorrow, and that game's been moved to Arizona because of fires. Then we have NBA standings. Cleveland in first place by a decent amount, and the Thunder in first place by a decent amount. Cool. Then we have the NHL standings, where we've got the Capitals atop the East, and then the Maple Leafs, Devils, Hurricanes, Panthers up there as well. And then you got the Jets atop the West with the Golden Knights, Wild, Stars, Oilers, Kings, Avalanche all up there as well. West seems a lot more competitive than the East.
Sure.
And then don't look now. We're only 2 months away from baseball.
Cool.
That's sports.
All right. What is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. Fact of the day. Yeah. The Barbie doll's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts from Willows, Wisconsin. Her birthday is March 9th.
Whoa. Barbie's from Wisconsin?
Yes. Barbie is from Willows, Wisconsin. Her birthday is March 9th, 1959, when she was first displayed at the New York Toy Fair.
Do you think Barbie wishes people would call her Barbara? She's like, I'm an adult now. Barbie is what you called me when I was 17. I have a job. I'm an attorney or flight attendant or pilot or chef or construction worker or movie star. I'm all of those things. I'm Barbara.
Wait. Hold on. The city isn't real?
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be real.
Why not?
Because it's a... Why you don't want Barbie to come from a real place? Then people will be like, you got to pay us for that.
Who are you paying? The city?
Maybe. I don't know how it works. That's not what I do.
Either. I just assumed it was like some small town where the woman who created Barbie was from. I didn't think it was actually... It says Willows, Wisconsin is a fictional city in the U.S. state of Wisconsin. It is the setting of Barbie and her sisters in the Great Puppy Adventure and Barbie and her sister's puppy rescue. The mayor of the town is Mayor Jenkins. Willows is famous for its willow trees. Oh, they all came from one single willow tree. There's a city...
Wait, what? Whoa, what?
This is on the Barbie Movies fandom wiki, by the way.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. It says Willows is famous for its willow trees. They all came from one single willow tree. Like, what is this, like the Genghis Khan of willow trees?
I guess. I'm trying to think of the amount of time that would have taken naturally for one willow tree to disseminate into a whole town's worth of willow trees. I feel like would have taken quite some time.
Yeah, a very long time.
How would they know that this one willow tree was the progenitor of all other willow trees?
Yeah, they don't know that.
I mean, Barbie does, because Barbie's a scientist as well, so.
There's a city hall, a clock tower, an ice cream shop, and a now closed dance studio named Miss Melody's Dance Studio. There's also a festival.
Fake town.
In this fake town, yes.
You're telling me the dance studio couldn't make it in the fake town?
Yeah, I guess.
Once Barbie left to go to Hollywood with Skipper, there was no one left in the town to go to the dance studio, so they had to shut down. That's a shame. She killed it.
Plus, I like how they point out there's a city hall, okay, a clock tower, which I feel like is just right next to the city hall.
Sure.
Or maybe even part of it. An ice cream shop, all right, and then the closed dance studio. So this town is literally just a city hall, a big clock, and an ice cream place.
Well, I mean, that's all you trees. Need. Yeah, it's no grocery store. Barbie clearly doesn't eat, so no grocery store.
True.
The ice cream is just there so she can get Skipper to shut the hell up. And Ken... he's probably from out of town, so it's cool.
Wait, hold on. Then it says there's a festival named Willow Fest and Lake Willows. Lake Willows has a willow tree-shaped fountain nearby that people put coins into. What? There are several plaques around. What? Where do they get these coins? Who's making the coins? City Hall?
Is it real money?
I don't know.
Is it real money in this fake town, or is it fake money for the fake town?
I have no idea. There's several plaques around the town with Willow's emblems on them that could be used to find the treasure that the founding fathers of Willows hid.
Okay, I'm back in. I'm back in. This is some national treasure shit.
It's the founding fathers of Willows are characters in Barbie and her sisters in the Great Puppy Adventure. They founded Willows, Wisconsin. Where are they from?
Also, what was the Great Puppy Adventure?
I don't know. Let's see.
It doesn't sound like it has a lot to do with finding treasure, unless that treasure's friendship and cute puppies. Otherwise, I don't know that puppies have a lot to do with a hidden treasure.
It says it was released in 2015. It was a TV premiere on Nickelodeon in 2015. It's where Barbie and her sisters, Skipper, Stacy, and Chelsea, and their adorable new puppy friends find unexpected mystery and adventure when they return to their hometown of Willows. While going through mementos in Grandma's attic, the sisters discover an old map believed to lead to a long-lost treasure buried somewhere in the town. With their puppy pals, they go on an exciting treasure hunt along the way, discovering the greatest treasure of all is love and laughter. That's
Told
not
ya.
true.
But also, Barbie's grandma is a stone cold fox. What the hell? Grandma
Also-
Roberts. They were
Grandma-
like, yeah, she looks like Barbie, but she's got gray hair. But she's gorgeous. Get the hell out of here.
Wow, she really does just look like Barbie with gray hair.
Crazy.
Also, there can't be that many places in the town this treasure can be. There's like 5 things in the town. She's like, wow, where could it be? One of like 5 locations. Plus, where did the founding fathers just stay at City Hall?
Do you think it's under the oldest willow tree?
It honestly, it probably is. Not even joking. There's one plaque opens a tunnel near the clock tower, which leads to a cave and an underground lake and the treasure vault. Oh, there it is.
There's an underground lake in the fake town?
Yes, an underground
With the willow tree?
lake. Yeah, how's an underground lake here? This seems insane. Anyway, the town's fake, and it's not real. At least, not that we know of. And that's the sports.
Back to the day. Back to the day. Not sports.
No,
That
back-
better not be
okay,
sports. So
back
we
to
are
the day.
way off track. Yeah.
I'm lost.
All right. Well, get us back on because we have got people who have come to us with tears in their eyes.
That's true. Here we go. Line it up. Dear illustrious sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes, on my knees, with a hypothetical conundrum I need your endless wisdom in solving. Jesse, Yoshi P comes to you. Crendor, Chris Metzen comes to you. Wait, what? I feel like I already
They're both the
answered.
same. They're both the like creator of the thing we play. Yeah.
Both with a similar problem. They want you to design the next expansion of WoW and Final Fantasy.
Yep.
Respectfully, to hook your co-host to the game and get them to come back. How do you design it?
Oh, Crendor's is easy. That's not fair.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that's just like make a good story. And I'd be like, okay, I'm back.
Literally just make a story where all the characters actually matter in some way and have some sort of interesting reason for what they're doing, and dreadlords are now involved.
Sure, Jaina is and has always been a dreadlord. I'm in.
Yes.
To get Crendor to play Final Fantasy XIV, the next expansion, the one that will get Crendor to play, is called Hero Hunter. That's the next expansion. And you play as all the Final Fantasy monsters from the past. You play as you're a Marlboro, you're a behemoth, you're a Tonberry, you're anything but the hero, and you just murder beautiful cat girls the entire time. Crendor would play.
You know what? I probably would check that game out.
He'd give it a
If
shot,
you-
yeah. I gotta
as
give him
long
what he
as-
wants.
As long as I'd be able to fish as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it's that's all you do besides that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's how you gear
Right.
up to go fight. you
Yeah,
just catch all
you
your
put
gear.
on fish scales, and then, yeah, of course.
Honestly, that would be a great game. Fishing
Told you.
Warrior. You just sit
Ocean
and you
Warrior.
fish, and you fish up all your gear, and then you can go use that gear in combat, and that gets you new fishing equipment, and you just go back and forth.
You really should just start making games. You need to become a billionaire so you can just fund this.
I really do. I would fund some unbelievable games.
They would be unbelievable. That's true.
Dude, I'm telling you, Fishing Warrior would do numbers.
Fishing Warrior is hilarious name.
All right, here we go. And then the other one. Dear illustrious sirs, with tears in my eyes, I beseech you, with 2025 officially giving us Gen Beta, what would you name future generations if you could each name the next 4 generations?
Oh my god, that's right. The next gen is Gen Beta, which is hilarious. Good luck,
That's pretty
kids.
funny.
I would say I name it after like cool things the previous generation thought was cool. So everyone's scarred for life, you know? So like whatever the generation before you thought was a cool thing, the next gen has to suffer with, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's kind of
Gen
funny.
Alpha is all about the skibbity. So it's Gen Skibbity. Right?
That's pretty good.
Right. Gen Y, what was the Gen Y thing? Probably like Uber Leets. So Gen Uber Leets, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
kind of thing. Gen Z, they had their own crap, which I'm sure would have been like, I don't know, Gen SpongeBob would be the next one. I mean, who knows? But I
I'd
feel
definitely
like
be
that's
in
what we
Gen
should do.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, Gen X, the next generation after them would be like Gen Nirvana.
Yeah.
I think it would be
that's a
good.
one. That's pretty good. I would just start naming them after dinosaurs.
Gen Ceratops.
Gen Tyrannosaurus Rex. It has to be, you can't even say T-Rex. It has to be Gen Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I think it should be Genosaurus Rex.
That's pretty good too.
Right? Genosaurus Rex, Gen Ceratops,
Just like really random dinosaurs too, like Gen Alamosaurus, Gen Agadeptosaurus,
Yeah. Gen Pterodactyl.
Iguanodon.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't be Gen Pterodactyl because that's the full thing. Gen Tadactyl, Gen Dactyl, something like that. There's got to be something.
Gendactyl, yep.
Gentosaurus, come on now.
That's it, yep. I would just do all dinosaurs.
I'm with you on this. I like
Yeah.
that. That's good.
Look at that. Those are really good. Look at those.
Yeah.
And that's your dear illustrious sir.
What is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Experts issue warning about falling iguanas in Florida. They're back, and they're falling.
Well, of course it's Florida. Where else would it be?
It's gonna happen. Biologist Joe Wazalewski warned.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Deal with it. They're gonna be falling. Deal with it.
If it's in the 50s, they're slow. If it's in the 40s, they're on the brink of falling. And if it's in the 30s, they're down.
Oh, it's the cold weather that you guys are all having on the East Coast and in central states.
Yeah.
And so the cold is going to make them just freeze because they're cold-blooded. It all checks out. Okay,
he's got it.
I love it.
When temperatures drop in Florida, so do the iguanas. Meteorologists are predicting a cold spell in Florida and other parts of southeast throughout the next week, and with a potential rise in falling iguanas. The cold-blooded creatures commonly live in treetops in the Sunshine State, but tend to pass out when the temperatures drop. As a result, the hibernating lizards lose their grips on branches or rooftops and fall to the ground. Considering that iguanas can grow up to 5 feet long and weigh up to 25 pounds, it's no wonder that experts are issuing warnings about the chance of injury from the falling reptiles.
I gotta be honest, getting hit by a falling iguana, not a great way to go.
That would be a terrible way to go.
It's embarrassing. Like, what do you do at the funeral? Like, well, it was his time. Like, I don't know, what an iguana hit him.
That would be the most Florida death I think you could
really
have.
would. It really would.
He was out back drinking a beer, looking at gator videos when an iguana landed on him. Took him out.
Took
God
him out. It was
bless.
crazy. Just took him right out.
Joe Wazalewski said falling iguana season is often a shock to snowbirds and transplants. When it gets cold like this, it's funny to see those who aren't from here see the news people talk about the iguanas falling from trees, but it can and will happen. Michael Ronquillo, a professional iguana remover, suggests people minimize the chance of falling iguanas by trimming back trees from rooftops, wrapping trees with material that creatures can't grip, or by installing fake owls. I love the fact that there's a man who is a professional iguana remover.
I was going to say, there's something really funny about that.
Like that
And
is
his tips aren't like, this will help the iguana or whatever. Dude is like, wrap your tree, put a fake owl up there, cut your trees down, whatever. Good tips.
I like that the fake owls work.
They really do, because animals are stupid.
Yeah. Stupid animals.
Stupid animals.
What type of animal would watch something and get confused by it and not realize that it's fake?
So anyway, this past week I saw a video of the Hollywood sign on fire, and I sent it to Alex, and I was like, "Yo, what the hell?" And he was like, "That's fake, dude," and it was. So, yeah, what kind of stupid animals?
Yeah, what kind of stupid animals? Ooh, TikTok. If you do run into a passed out iguana, Runkio suggests calling a professional rather than removing it yourself. Soon as it warms up, it's going to start moving normally again. If they are cornered, they will defend themselves. They'll try to tail whip you. Dude, it's like Pokemon. They can whip their tails at 30 miles an hour.
Woo!
Damn, that's fast. They have very sharp teeth, sharp nails, so if you don't got experience, don't attempt to grab them. What would you put the odds at like a month and a half from now, we get a story of a man battling an iguana that fell into his house?
I would say high. In Florida, high. Drugs will be involved.
100%, yeah. I would say it's like 75%.
Yeah, that seems likely.
I was walking around and then boom, fell through the window. Guaranteed.
It was on drugs, my drugs. I wasn't having none of that, so I started punching him.
He ain't taking my drugs. He tried to claw me, then he tail whipped me. I had to run out of the house, but I got my drugs.
He owns the house now, though.
Then I went to jail because I had drugs.
I called the cops and they arrested me.
Dude, I swear to God, if that story pops up and it's anywhere even near similar to that, I'm going to be pretty happy.
Me too.
And that's news.
All right, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening and watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We've got socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. You can leave your weather requests, your Illustrious Sir requests, your comments on anything. And we got all the episodes up over there from forever.
It's true.
We're also on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. You can also go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor, all the animations over there. You can also go listen to our own stuff. We got youtube.com/Jesse Cox. You got videos about scary things and geeks. You go to
Yep.
youtube.com/Crendor. I just put up top 10 Quillbores. Very good stuff. We got Twitch TV Jesse Cox, Twitch TV Crendor. We'll probably be streaming Civ at some point soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yep. We got Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, Twitter Jesse Cox, Twitter Crendor, Blue Sky Jesse Cox, Blue Sky Crendor, TikTok Jesse Cox, TikTok Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor is taken. Cren Clips, Cox Clips on YouTube, Patreon Jesse Cox, Patreon Crendor. That's all I got.
Sounds good to me. That's it. We'll see y'all next time. And as always, to be continued.